Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in the future on YouTube. I haven't said that at all today. How you doing? We have another match, the fifth one today of the Metroid Prime Randomizer 2025 tournament. I am Leno, joined today on comms by Baja Blood and WX Fan on tracking. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Look forward to a late night race, at least for our fellow Americans. But yeah, no.
For SpklJae, it's almost 1 p.m. And yeah, we should have
another interesting Group A matchup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this group I have a hard time calling, like any strong favorites for like the first and or second finishing spots. So all of these matches very important on figuring out who is going to advance here out of this group. No runners agreements to speak of tonight. Just plain old standard weekly settings.
Mm-hmm. First try dash for
So close both times here on for vanilla. A free artifact, interesting.
Elder and Alco, okay.
Well, one fewer of those to track down. This isn't as true as it used to be, but like back in the day when I saw one early artifact, you kind of expect all of them to be early.
Especially with older versions of Randomizer and even Bash's Rando, where Chozo would just be completely front-loaded.
Mm-hmm. I should mention we do have bombs in landing sites, and we'll definitely be looking to get back, take a save warp as soon as we find morph and grab those. Otherwise, we will be not able to collect a whole bunch of checks in Chozo. So
that's certainly a more agreeable bomb location than what we had earlier today.
Oh yeah.
I will not spoil anything for the viewers, but definitely go back and watch one of the races from earlier today. Bombs were spicy. That was just a missile in Grapple Edge, and that is a morph ball in the half pipe.
Alright, so smells like a space jump on Hive Mecha. In fact, I don't know, I guess it could be like launcher there and then space jump immediately behind it or something, but space jump soon, morph soon, bomb soon. All kind of nice things.
Oh, another artifact. I did not see where this one was. Was that on Vault Ledge?
Okay, so yeah, indeed. When it rains artifacts, it pours artifacts. So yeah, only 2 checks in our Sphere 0 here, so with Alco being an artifact, this is the only check in logic, so it's going to be something. It is our boots. Always a bit annoying to have to backtrack out of here without missiles, so we will probably be right back. Orphan bombs will give us a couple extra checks too.
Yep, and there's actually a world where a missile launcher is right behind that door too. Because, especially with the morph ball being located where it is. Oh, that would be so rude.
I didn't catch, were any of the main plaza items actually missiles, or do we have to...
I want to say we saw a missile. I think Grapple Ledge might have been a missile.
Interesting. So runners will have an option to stick around and do a little more Chozo. But I still honestly think you should just bail immediately here and go get your bombs and then come back. There's the morph ball for Jay. Although I do like grabbing a missile before bombs, just so you have it to do stuff like Artifact Temple.
Okay, that's definitely a missile in tree.
Boost ball up here.
That is not. Okay.
Alright, so we won't be able to do anything else in Talon but get the bombs. That said, I think that's kind of our only reasonable choice here. We're going to take a few seconds to grab the artifact now. I think I slightly prefer Jay's play of just putting this off for a moment, because this way if something good is actually here, we can just grab it, because we'll be back here with bombs in a minute or two. but not the
So
end of the
missile launcher and gallery tunnel. Then I think. I think if we're strictly following logic. Oh, actually, you know what? They could be in the transport center, right behind that door too. And I told them. Yeah, they could still actually.
True,
Be
yeah.
there.
Transport access north is in logic. Once we grab the bombs, as is gallery tunnel. And yeah, pretty much one of those has to be a missile. And then once we get a single missile, even an expansion, we will have actually quite a bit of the early game open to us. Yeah, Varia... Well, Varia on its own does... no, not nothing. Because we can get in through Lava Lake.
Yep.
Can't do Lava Lake, but we can go past it. Get further into Magmore.
Actually, now that we have bombs, we could do Lava Lake if Varia suit appears.
Mm-hmm. Just can't grab the item because we don't have any missiles to blow up.
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah, I keep forgetting that wall is it's originally intended to be a super lock or a super check, but you can just use missiles on it.
Mm-hmm. Jay gonna take a look at Vault. Honestly, I think you just grab this missile here. Then, honestly, from here, just do the high mecha loop backwards. Seems to make a lot of sense to me. Grab all the checks we missed.
And for everybody in chat who wants to keep up with it, we have our details document right here. Feel free to follow along.
Yeah, thank you, Lena, for keeping that updated.
Mm-hmm. Is Vault going to be our launcher?
It's not. But for everything but logical purposes, it is just as good as a launcher.
Mm-hmm. What item could we? Oh yeah, Bruh brings up a point in chat. It could be Varia. Yeah, it actually could just be Varia here.
Eat it. Okay, gallery tunnel it is then.
All right.
Must be progression there, unless I'm mistaken somehow. But I can't think of any other checks we have in logic.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that has to be. I think that has to be it.
Bruh gets his wish. Spicy missile launcher this seed. Gonna be somewhere in Magmore. And yeah, Jay thinking about immediately turning around and following that into Lava Lake.
We don't have any missile caps in Magmore, correct?
No, you can get pretty far without missiles once you get out of Chozo. Really not like there's one in control tower area.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? I think the most of the rest are just in Chozo.
So the entrance of Fendrana is available to us. Those ice walls can all be destroyed with charge beam, which we start with. Okay, yeah. We can do, assuming wave beam shows up, a decent chunk of labs. We got some spice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can't tell exactly how I feel about like chasing this super hard. Cause like it's probably a launcher that's the next expansion or the next like major that's gonna be down here. And then theoretically that's supposed to be taken back to Chozo, so we could instead just be doing Chozo right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, every once in a while it'll bury it even deeper. And if it does that, then this area is gonna be loaded with majors.
Like, I think I'd actually want to see Vanilla Bowl stay in Chozo and like clear out Ruined Shrine, head towards far end of Chozo, just to see what else is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's definitely one major coming up.
Yep.
So do we have an HX in Fen? I think we have 0 checks in Fen right now. So it's, yeah, there's just something in Magmore.
I think we could last location. Oh, Chapel of the Elders.
Chapel requires missiles too, yeah? Gotta blow up in the bomb slot.
You're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so there's nothing in actually in Fen. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, one of these next like 3 or 4 checks on Jay's side will be some sort of progression. But it may just be the launcher, in which case it wasn't necessarily that urgent to come down here. And if we don't scan the checks, we're not going to know. I am in this exact situation, I think you should be scanning every missile to know if you have found the logic chain or not. That may just have been our launcher there.
Yeah, both of us good, big proponents of at least kind of knowing the logic, so you can kind of follow what you're supposed to do. I know not everyone does. Not everyone does that.
But most of the time, I don't really care about launcher, but every once in a while, it can be pretty interesting, and this is one of the seeds where it's pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. So it really is limiting what's logically available to you until it shows up, and so that can help you know that you there is some sort of progression in one of a very few number of checks until you actually track it down. I completely missed on the Vanillable side what we found in Shrine there. All 3 checks were available.
2 missiles and an energy tank. No launcher.
Not the best haul.
Yeah.
Vanilla Race tank in Transport Tunnel A. We still have not found our answer. I think we only have... Actually, yeah, TTV Campion Logic. I was just thinking that, yep. So, lower fire... Oh, hello, X-Ray.
We like to see that. So now, if Omega Pirate is a concern, we don't have... That's one less thing to worry about.
Imagine missile launcher and root cave. That could be fun. Ooh, another suit.
Ooh, which one is that? Is that Gravity? That's
Phazon.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that is ripe for the taking as soon as we get a power bomb.
Practice seed with launcher and arbor chamber.
Another missile goes unscanned. Did Jay go up to Warrior Shrine? Did we see? Oh yeah, that was the X-ray.
Yeah, X-ray was Warrior Shrine. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess at this point we'll kind of process civil elimination things. If this check isn't progression, then one of those things must have been the launcher.
Yep. Yeah, whether it was storage cavern or lower fire shores.
It is not. All right. So launcher is accessible somewhere here in Magmore then, which means we do have a lot of stuff available to us logically. A couple checks in Fen, and a lot of Jozo. We didn't find launcher, but if launcher wasn't a missile that we walked by, there are 0 checks in logic for Jay. So we must have walked by it.
It's probably one of the 2 that we saw in Magmore that Jay just decided we don't care about. Yeah, storage cavern or lower fiery shores.
Yeah, that's true. We can keep an eye on Vanilla side if they decide to actually grab some of these missiles rather than skipping them. Nice root cave out of bounds for SpklJae there. Gets themselves a missile for their trouble. And indeed the launcher. Alright.
In storage cavern, okay. Okay.
Jay gonna... Oh, okay. Got juked by the dashes there. Yeah, I do like the Artifact Temple, and presumably FCS play here while we're in Talon. Get that Artifact Intel, although this is, I guess, a seed where, at the rate we're going, we are just going to stumble into all the artifacts early anyways, and we don't even need the Phazon Suit hint because we've seen it as well, so...
We might be more
strong of a proponent I am
yeah.
of artifacts. This is like a seed where you could probably get away without them, but there's really no advantage to skipping them either.
Yeah, because we could still have a couple rude ones. Like, we might have, like, one in Frigate, for example, one in Farfen, smiley face. I love it, Jay. Yeah, Phazon Suit has been located in Short Tunnel. It's actually a power bomb concern at the moment.
Yeah, good point from Bra in chat. Oh my god, another major spider ball here. But yeah, if none of our artifacts require wave or ice, Exo Skip would let you skip both wave and ice.
This would be such a strong seed for Exo Skip.
But again, that relies on Plasma not being locked by those two beams.
MQA. Well, that goes out the window. Magma Pool. And,
right.
Well, that is actually irrelevant today.
Yeah, we dodged the bad Phazon lottery, luckily, by stumbling on the suit early. But, good lord. There have been a lot of these this tournament.
There definitely has been.
Kinda wish I knew what changed in the generator that is making this happen all the time now.
So we're looking for 3 beams, any power bomb, technically main power bombs. And then that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, supers is... Well, so was it MQA or MQB?
A is our wild artifact.
Okay. That is nice then, because it dodges the super requirement.
And Vanillabo did see the suit in Short Tunnel, but I don't believe scanned it. So not sure if Vanillabo actually knows it's the Phazon suit, but probably just saw it and was able to deduce.
It is possible to tell the suits apart, but it is also somewhat easy to mistake them for each other, especially in rooms with weird visual effects, like a lot of the lava rooms. So...
Yeah, 17 minutes in, and we're looking like a pretty jet seat at this point. Now, it could still be kind of bad. Like, if Wave Beam shows up first, we suddenly have 50% of the game open to us, and then where's the Ice Beam, where's the Plasma Beam?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Jay gonna cover the ground. That Vanillable has already done with the delayed shrine checks. Vanillable, on the other hand, still catching up through these talent checks. Overall, looks like the routing's been very similar. I think Jay's just getting a little bit of an advantage just through execution here. Looks to be like a minute or two ahead at this point. Maybe a little more. Yep, Vanillable gonna go for this as well. Yeah, I think I was a little conservative on that.
Oh, probably looking up a video to see how to do this exactly.
Those sequence breaking this is good, but like it's not that great if you're not doing it quick. So yeah, I don't know. Good to learn the trick, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're not comfortable with it, there's nothing wrong with skipping it. Let me dig it up. Should be able to bomb jump our way to off the sticky stuff here.
Did SpklJae see what Gathering Hall was, or not yet? No, probably not yet.
Yeah, with Spider in hand, there's really no reason at all to grab Gathering Hall first.
Mm-hmm. It's doubtful we see Flagra at all this season. We probably don't see Thardus either.
Yeah, would be high on my priority list. I sometimes like Flagra as like a way to get into Magmor for the first time, but given that we've already done Lava Lake, yeah, not that excited about a plant play.
Now, if somehow Plantas are only accessible Power Bomb, that could be pretty gross.
That's interesting. So Vanilla Bowl, skipping Artifact Temple, is going to be down that Spider Ball for this Chozo play, which is going to involve isolating at least the upper Dynamo item, which we did just see was only a missile, but it's still going to be one of those things that's kind of hanging over your head in mid-game. Of, oh, do I need to go back there? And also some things like Upper Furnace could be more problematic as well.
Jay scanned the Watery Hall item, but I did not see what it was. It was probably just a missile, because we're not going for
Ooh, there's our burger.
Power Bomb. Excellent.
That is nice. Yep. Honestly, that's really nice timing, because we're kind of running out of things to do here, which means we'll be back in Magmor soon, and at least we won't need to triple dip that area. Yeah, Zoid after Furnace is not unreasonable here. And if you get like a beam in Furnace, you just skip Zoid entirely. Oh, okay, so Vanilla actually going to do the out of bounds here. Wow. So this will be a little bit slower than what Jay had to do, or what Jay did by just doing this movement inbounds, but neither runner will need to come back here later. So that is negating one of the advantages Jay will have had from the earlier Spider Ball.
Still going to give time though for the Spider Ball, but it was essentially free.
The low trigger just gonna get down to the door. Yep. No punishment would have been brought for skipping Zoid today.
Looks like low trigger's been hit. Sees the E-Tank and now just clip in.
I don't think we changed the room back, so the ceiling warp's not going to work. We'll need to head back down to the door. Yeah, there we go. Realizes, I think. Or maybe not. Yeah, you need to be on a there we go.
There we go.
You need to be on a non-prioritized room. Generally, to ever be able to ceiling warp. Up there? I can't tell.
Looks like an E up there. I can't get a great look at it.
Yeah, I thought I saw a bit of purple as well. Not a bad guess. Alright, that's the end of the line here in Chozo. So we've got Plant, Ice Ruins East, Chapel, Canyon. We can do Autologic, Upper Fiery Shores with the Power Bomb. We can grab the Phazon Suit Autologic. Could do Magma Pool Autologic, I suppose, as well. Yeah, I think personally I would just save Warp out of Gathering Hall and go Fen.
This would be kind of the exact worst, well, not worst, but rude seed that would put Wave Beam on Plant, or Ice Beam on Plant.
Ew, Oh, Vanillable safe warping here. Gonna skip the Furnace and Zoid area, which severely cut into Jay's lead here. Granted, the Noble may give some of that time back later if they choose to do those checks. But now this is more of like a minute or two lead. And Vanillable may actually be the first one into Fendrana if that's where they end up going after Artifact Temple here.
And we're going to get the Spider Ball, so that'll actually negate any like Spider Ball advantage that Jay did have. Oh, that missed the dash there. Okay.
Luckily we got loads of E-Tanks, so to be fairly comfy to survive this.
And Jay looks like have enough energy to make one more solid attempt.
Very nice.
There we go.
Oh, this was an artifact. I forgot. Okay, that's good. Honestly, getting this out of the way means we maybe never need to come back to Chozo. Yeah, looks like... Okay, so we're just going to take the Lava Lake path here.
Which one do you think would be faster in this case? To go through Lava Lake, just to go over all the stuff you've already been to? Or Twin Fires and Fiery Shores? Like either way, you still have to traverse about 3 rooms to get to Monitor Station.
Yeah, by the time you've made it to Magma Pool, this is probably better. But yeah, that's why Magma Pool was like kind of slow to do right there. Because like just save warping out of Gathering Hall gets you to Shore Tunnel and whatnot a lot quicker. Those bats do have a very good PV drop rate. We did not farm one there in this room, so we're going to hope to find one from some of these puffers in these upcoming rooms. Yeah, Jay currently with no power bombs. And we are going to need... Definitely we want at least one for Phazon, but we probably want 2 so we can also do...
yeah, you want to get short.
Upper Fiery Shores, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think grabbing that artifact is a good play there. And you just hope for, Wave and Fen leading to Ice and Fen, and then just moving the whole seed, and then we need to go back to Chozo potentially. There we get our power bomb. Nice.
There we go. Oh, looks like Vanillable is going to take the Fiery Shores route back into Magmore for possibly Fendrana.
Yeah, we will be fairly synced up here then. Jay will be a few rooms ahead still. Well, with the check skips and not getting punished. Well, we got a little punished by the spider, I suppose, but not in a super meaningful way. It does have the advantage of the magma pool artifact being done and never needing to return to Chozo. So that is going to be some time that Manoble will have to spend late in the seed to go pick that up. What do we have in our other PB check here?
A PB? Okay. We like that. Our runners are actually giving each other a high five at the moment, but
Yeah.
Jay is technically 2 rooms ahead because of collecting the Fiery Shores, or yeah, the Upper Fiery Shores item.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Manoble is going to go for Upper Fiery Shores here. Not making really any effort to farm a power bomb. So yeah, we're going to be quite synced entering Fendrana. Did we do TTA earlier?
Yeah, I see the item. I don't see the item dot. I think we did.
Huh. Okay, well, both were. Oh,
what-
yeah, we did make a Bangor play earlier and did this. Yeah. It was the race tank. Yeah, Jay up. Magma Pool artifact, which is required, also up. Checking Zoid, checking Furnace. So yeah, the Magma, unless we get forced back into Chozo for like training something in Training Chamber access or Training Chamber, that will end up being a couple minute lead at least for Jay on the cleanup. But if we do get forced back into the Training Chamber checks by the seed, Magma Pool is trivially easy to pick up while doing those, so may or may not be a substantial benefit.
So our third power bomb expansion has been spotted in Fen Shorelines. It's interesting. Ice Ruins East. What do we got? Another missile.
It's a missile. Yeah, we are running out of checks. Chapel, Canyon, Plant. Gotta find a beam sooner or later here.
Oh, actually, if it's not Vanilla Wave Beam, then we only have... Yeah, it's just Canyon and Plant after that. Yeah, so the chances of Plant, both of our runners skipped it. Plant's looking really, really scary right now.
Yeah, could well be. Yeah, you hope that your opponent less occasions it as well if you did. I think it's less likely that people do plant in seeds like these where you get forced into Magmor early. Because it isn't really offering that kind of routing option to get into Lava Lake anymore.
Mm-hmm. Vanillable's audio sounds fairly good, slightly desynced, but I think the volume balance is relatively good. Shoutouts to WX Fan, our tracker, also handling audio duties for us tonight.
Appreciate it. Alright, what do we got?
That is
I
not a
can't
vanilla
see
wave.
that at all, so I assume it's a Metroid. Jay also can't see that very well. Alright, what do you got, Canyon?
Let's see here, we don't have supers, so we can't peek Chozo Ice Temple. Yikes.
Alright, This is our last out here in Fen, otherwise we are paying a visit to Flagra.
Oh, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be Flagra. It could be Chozo Ghosts, too. Sunchamber Ghosts.
Yeah, plant would have to be supers for that to be the case, but that is possible.
Right. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right, for logic settings. Yeah, that's right.
And moment of truth from Jay.
That's an Ice Beam.
Ice Beam, alright. So yeah, with the frigate crash site climb being in logic, that's going to open up all of Farchozo for us. We'll have access to actually the life grove area as well, although only the life grove checks themselves are logically locked by the main power bomb. But we can do them all anyways with our expansions.
Mm-hmm. Did Jay scout Ice Ruins West? I'm not sure.
Definitely not on the way in, which is how they got ahead going into Canyon. And it didn't look like they did on the way out either.
Yeah. So Ice Ruins West is, I believe, unknown at this moment.
Vanillable went straight up and checked it. I think it's just a missile.
Okay. I will assume that is correct then.
And indeed, yep, heading straight to crash site. Makes a lot of sense. Now, if we really want a free seed, just throw us Plasma over here and put Wave and Elder Chamber. Then we're pretty much done already.
Mm-hmm. We would only care about the logical implications about grapple, which neither of our runners will care about. And then the main power bombs, which our runners will also just not care about. And every time I see Frigate Crash Site, I see a new way to climb this room.
Yep.
Missile over Cavern today. Oh, I heard fusion. Neither of our runners running the fusion suit today. I know this is a preferred suit for some runners. Earlier today even, I forget who it was now. Yep, this is definitely Nintendo GameCube for the Metroid Prime.
Alright, we got here in Farchozo. Nothing in antechamber. Jay gonna head over to the life grove area first. I think I personally would prefer putting this off, just in case Wave is in Farchozo, and then you might just bar skip from here.
Mm-hmm. If you felt really brave, you could even do reverse frigate, but I think in situations like this, you just want to dive straight into the mines. Yeah, so I think I agree with you. I think Great Tree Chamber here, probably not objectively the best play.
It's alright, we're gonna be Plasma here for the Wave and Elder Chamber, and we're gonna have egg on our faces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, main power. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, perhaps Life Grove.
I mean, I do remember a couple updates, like a few years ago, where Life Grove always had progression. So maybe that's still the case.
Yeah, these are typically pretty good checks, and it's three, really close to each other if you have the stuff to do them.
Mm-hmm. And Now we're actually seeing some route diversions. Vanilla Bull is going to head towards Far Chozo.
Ah. Yeah, I expect both runners will do both parts here. So unless things work out in a kind of interesting way, there shouldn't be too big of an advantage one way or the other. What do we got? Nothing. Wow, I'm actually kind of shocked. I mean, main PVs isn't nothing, but given that we already had several expansions, it's not the most critical upgrade.
Mm-hmm. So that is now 7 of the 8 total power bombs in this seed that we've seen.
Are we down to exactly this? This has to be something, yeah? Unless it's back on plant. Here it is.
Yep, there it is. So is this one Hall of the Elders, or is this one Elder Chamber? I never remember which one's which.
Hall of Elders is the ice, and then Elder Chamber is plasma.
Okay.
Missile up there. We are not playing Life Grove. Interesting. Or did Vanilla... Oh, right. Vanilla never did Furnace and Zoid. Ooh, so yeah, this is where Vanilla might give back some time to Jay here. Are we going to clean up these Chozo checks or just head to Life Grove? We are. Okay. That will be an advantage for Jay. Now, an interesting thing is needing to head back this direction might make you interested in grabbing the wave lock checks in Chozo that are probably not going to be very appealing for Jay to clean up right now. So if we get like a plasma in Tower Chamber, you know, any of that kind of stuff, that could be big for Vanillable.
Actually, it'd be even bigger for Vanillable if Plasma Beam is exactly at Training Chamber access, because Jay is never going back in that direction unless it's a hard last location.
All right, scratch everything I was just saying. We're turning around, heading to Life Grove.
Baja commentator's blessing. All right, so Jay is about to get wave beam here.
Yeah, very interested to see what the next checks are. So yeah, wave ice, the whole, like, so much of the seat is open to you. Bar skip, definitely an option here. Save warp, play Fen, definitely an option here as well. I'm pretty partial to the bar skip. Especially, like, you know, if Plasma's in mines, then we never need to enter Fen again. And we'll be right by the artifacts. So the God route is go mines and find your Plasma there. And
But
kind of, you know, either way, generally, if you're out Fen or mines, because they kind of connect to each other, you can do the other afterwards anyways.
And this also speaks exactly to the routing decision you were just talking about a minute ago. If you had done Far Chozo first, you would have found your wave beam, instant bar skip after this, and then you might even be done in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, so Jay is going to opt for the bar skip here. So yeah, I may have been a little bit rewarded for doing these checks in the opposite order.
Oops. Yeah, it definitely seems pretty close. Vanillable is going to be giving back a little bit of time because of doing Life Grove. Jay will just do bar skip, having already done Life Grove. But we'll see how long it takes to do bar skip.
Yeah, and Vanillable also owes a several minute detour to Magma Pool at some point, which Jay has already done. So the lead's a little bit bigger than it looks like, unless we somehow get routed back to Magma Pool.
Nicely done, Jay.
Yeah, both runners getting the bar skip. Very nice. That trick is not free.
No. No, it is not. And regrettably patched out in Metroid Prime Remaster for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that remaining artifact is probably the most likely thing to end up causing route divergence here. I'm curious if we are going to see the bar skip here from Bonoble's side or not. Seems that way. All right.
Oh, is Jay setting up a pivot save? This is an interesting spot for that.
Good attempts from Vanillable here. A little too far to the left along the gate.
Mm.
Yeah, the save's interesting. Maybe just because it's been a minute since we've made a save, and mines can be dangerous. Because, yeah, I don't really see why we'd need to pivot back to this.
My only thought is if we don't find plasma here in mines, in upper mines, and we have exactly 2 checks available, well, 1 check available in lower mines, sorry, with Central Dynamo.
Yeah, but, like, if we end up clearing mines, I think we just, like, play out the back and go up to Fen.
Yeah,
like, I don't see us needing to return to Quarry ever.
It took a few attempts, but Vanillable is now entering the phase on mines. Our runners are basically back neck and neck again.
Yep, Pirate Cloaking, no match for Jay's eyes there. Not even using the X-ray, just seeing the little flash of electricity.
Between the two, Vanillable is missing Magnapool.
Yeah, and then from there, both are missing MQA and PMT. So Plasma will do it for us. And on that note, really no reason to open this up, because all we need is Plasma anyways.
I think Jay might have had a I4 goal moment there.
Yeah, it's just kind of muscle, or like, yeah, autopilot, muscle memory kind of.
Yep. Could be 100% kicking right there. There's definitely situations where, as an 80% runner or 100% runner, where your old tendency just kick in.
Mm-hmm. It's still weird to me that there's 4 trivially easy artifacts in Chozo and then 2 in lower mines.
Our last power bomb.
Yeah.
Okay. The seed has been a little bit of all over the place. We had a few items that are relatively free, but then we got beam locked. We had an ice beam all the way in Fendrona Canyon, which then led to a wave beam in Hall of the Elders.
Oh, what's that? That's a beam combo.
That is something. Not yet. Although we might stumble into a major right here in Upper Elite Research.
Little trick for this room. I like, even if you're going for the item, I like scanning the terminal and then starting to spin the spinner. And you'll actually get it to destroy the stuff in front of the door. So it saves you a trip and a scan here. Or it saves you one more time in the spinner slot here. Oh, that's plasma. Right, okay, wow. Well, just go mode.
And Super's in Storage Depot B even. Okay.
Interesting. I wonder if Jay will check that, being in go mode and needing to do the somewhat annoying grapple skip jump here at the top of our processing to get up there.
You know, I don't know if we will, and unless Jay really feels like we need charge combos for EXO. Because right now, Vanilla Bowl with the supers technically has the better EXO loadout right now than Jay does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we're going straight to lower mines.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that the magma pool play does make this or the magma pool advantage makes this a pretty sizable lead for Jay here.
Yep. Yep, there's a couple shots there for Vanilla Bowl.
I really thought that was a beam combo, though. At least I would have picked it up anyway, so I wouldn't have been punished for my misjudgment. But
mm-hmm. All right, Jay making a couple extra checks, probably looking for a charge combo, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would always take the other visor, also in essence.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, any charge combos are appreciated, especially supers. Supers in particular make power phases go from probably the worst to one of the better ones.
Oh, what was that? Well, Jay must believe it's a missile because we're going right by it.
Yep, and we're going to turn around here. Also head straight to lower mines. Oh, Jay may be not aware that the drone is optional. Okay, isn't going to do the maze anyways, but yeah, don't actually even need to fight the drone here if you're just passing through. I did manage to crash here once by the drone deciding to move into my power bomb and die while I was in this room and the turrets were shooting.
I
This is the
remember
one
that
risk.
from the last tournament.
Yeah,
I remember that from the last tournament. I think they've since fixed that, but yeah. Oh, that was just so unfortunate. Maybe that, not really paranoia, but like something like that, thinking like it could still happen. Like, yeah, maybe let's just kill the drone to be safe.
yeah. There is our MQA 5th artifact for Jay. Oh, oh wow. Bullied by the Metroids, but the invisible platform in position to save us. Gonna be a pretty good time here for Jay. Not too long over the hour mark, probably.
Looking like a 103, 104 maybe? Actually, no, maybe not quite that fast. We have no charge combos for XL.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we can still have a really good EXO fight, but we need to really line up our shots here.
Yeah, Power Beam unfortunately does not have the homing of Wave Beam and does not have nearly the damage output of Ice and Plasma.
Is it still fully charged beam 30 damage in Prime?
I think it's 50 in both games, and then Charged
50.
Wave is 40. I forget exactly how much Ice and Plasma are. And then plasma's weird on a bunch of enemies because like a lot of the damage actually just comes from the burn. If anything is vulnerable to the burn.
Yeah, it's like what is it? 0.36, where it's like 3 damage a second or 4 over time or something like that. I forget what it is because it does have that.
Because yeah, like a space pirate, if you take him once with plasma, he will die eventually. But if you just are point blanking single uncharged shots into him, it takes like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe I've ever seen that dash before in Hunger Hall B.
Yeah, it was cool. Noble as well gonna fight the drone here. Did you get the dash? Oh my gosh, the pirates. Insane accuracy there. He kind of bullied.
They are goalkeeping really good today.
Alright, we are through. And we are out.
Yeah, Jay's like, get me out of here.
Ridley fight coming up. We got the boost, we got the plasma, we got the missile spam. One thing we don't have is a super to end the second phase or the last phase. But that'll just be one more cycle of missiles. Although I did see there's some sort of strat by weaving pellets into your missiles that you can actually still 2-cycle the last little bit of Ridley without supers.
Really? I need to see a video of that, I think.
Yeah, Sam did it in one of the races this tournament that I was watching. 6 pellets,
Okay.
says Reggie in chat. Yeah, I've definitely noticed if you're really close to him, you can kind of sneak one more missile into his chest before he comes down and blocks it. Two extra, even better. Why does every color of Phazon suit look so good? No matter what you shuffle it to. The Bumblebee suit here from Jay.
Mm-hmm. The Noble going with a... Oh, it's just a classic red. Never mind. I don't know why, I thought it was green for some reason, but I might just be thinking TBC.
Down goes Ridley. The Phazon suit can be found in Magmore Caverns. Yeah, good fight overall from Jay. Got a couple snipes in.
Just a mild issue with the climb, but nicely done.
Yep. One jump had me a bit nervous there, but
Yeah.
stuck the landing.
Oh, boosting across that is always so sketchy. if your angle
Platform
is
is bigger and flatter than it looks, but yeah, it's...
Yep. If your angle is off in any capacity, you're dropping.
Mm-hmm.
So that is now 5 artifacts for Vanilla Bolt. Just needs to get the Magma Pool artifacts.
Yep. None of the helper items for it, so we will need to do the dash or one of the funkier standable methods or the quite difficult jump out without gravity. Gravity makes it a lot easier to jump out of the lava up to the platform. Grapple, obviously, intended strat. Hopefully Vanilla will comfortable with one of the ways to get over there. Trolled by this slope jump too. I've like stopped using this slope jump because it trolls me too often.
Yeah, I think the darkness of the room is really a bigger factor of missing a slope jump than the actual slope jump itself. Because the slope jump is not difficult, but if you can't see what you're doing, then it's actually impossible.
Another beam combo locked by supers. All right, it might have a. Oh, but it's flamethrower. Well, we get validity, but not probably what Vanilla was hoping for after getting that with X, right?
Yeah, Ice Spreader would have been a better find, possibly, or Thermal Visor. We weren't going to see grapple there, of course.
Yep, quick jaunt over to Magma Pool. Let's grab the Gathering Hull, save warp after that. And we'll be ready for Ridley. Unfortunately, at that point, probably too little too late. The routing very similar overall. Vanilla got away with a couple skips as well. But I think just kind of comes down to the execution overall. Jay was schmoovin' tonight.
And even though it did Magma Pool skip, though, ended up almost not making it that first time. And I actually wonder if Jay missed it the second time he died. Do we see another attempt at it?
Yeah, true.
Alright, and we are already into Sub-Chamber 4, where anything can happen.
So we're not playing Magma Pool?
Oh, I wonder if Vanilla doesn't know the dash.
Maybe he wants to save first in case we fall in the lava one too many times?
Oh, I think... Oh, wouldn't... Well, I don't know
if we're looking to do checks, Chozo is not it. It's like we only have Zoid and Pan left. This must just... I assume this is just a safety save, yeah.
Yeah, we have... Tower of Light, Tower Chamber, Sun Chamber, Elder Chamber, Training Chamber. All the chambers.
Yeah. That's right. I guess the Wavelock stuff is too. Save warping? No. One more shot will do it.
Gonna be curious to see where Grapple Beam ends up in this equation.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we didn't see a lot of Fendrana. So that's probably the best bet. There were a handful of other checks around, scattered around, we didn't do either. Ooh, the Baja method, hell yeah.
I wonder if there's a trick to doing this, because I fail this stand all the time.
If you're entering the room, the first two and the last one are not standable. you have to do that weird kind of curved R jump to get the third one of those pillars.
Is that seriously why I keep failing it?
Yes.
That first one is not standable? Okay, learn something new today.
Yeah, that art takes a bit of getting used to. It needs good distance and it needs to be curved. But once you get a feel for it, that's still my preferred method of doing this room because I am bad at dashing. Which is unfortunately not a great thing to be not good at in Metroid Prime because this is the game where dashing is good.
Not only is dashing good, dashing is like the best movement system in the game. Many speedrunners and random runners will tell you this.
Randomizer is a movement system.
Alright, Vanillable with all 6 artifacts now, gonna make their way towards the temple, but we are already 8 minutes behind.
Yeah, we're pretty well situated for a 4-pool kill here. Might need 1 or 2 pool cancels. Alpha's already pretty close to a quarter. Yeah, this should do it here, I think, for Jay. And indeed, down goes Essence. Yeah, 105. That's a quick time. Very nice, Jay.
That is a really good time. And unfortunately, race time kicked me out like 30 seconds before the race. Okay, there we go. SpklJae finishes in first place with official race time GG time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, 45 seconds.
Yeah, very nicely played.
And we are actually now joined in the booth by SpklJae. GG's.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, very nicely played. That's an excellent time.
Thank you. I mean, it was a big gamble to go straight for mines, but evidently it paid off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Vanillable. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Leno.
I was just going to ask, was that a pivot save you set up then in main quarry, just in case there was no plasma beam to be found in the mines?
Yeah, and also just, safety save for the nerves, because mines can be pretty deadly if you aren't paying attention. So it was a just in case, and more of a it would be better for my nerves if I saved here.
Okay. Yeah, I've definitely never lost like 5 energy tanks in depot access before. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, MQB when you miss that dash can go sideways pretty hard too. And the pirates, unfortunately, were extremely accurate today while you were going for that. I can't stand that room.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a 50% time of the trick for me. Like
Same.
sometimes it goes ahead, other times that one pirate on the other side of the ledge just turns and jumps out of the way immediately, and you're like, well, I don't want to try risking the slope dash off the phase on lump, because that's never consistent for me. So it's like, I'll just go back around and jump up the standable terrain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the overall routing was actually very, very similar, pretty much the entire race. Noble also made the play into mines after finding wave. So yeah, for the most part, it just kind of came down to movement strats, cleaner execution, that kind of stuff. Does add up a lot in Prime 1 in particular. And for the most part, was the difference today. But yeah, I mean, this is a good time for Vanillable as well. Going to be sub 120, I think, depending on how final bosses go. They did spike the supers were in Storage Depot B. So yeah, they did 1 extra check in 9s, and we'll have a bit easier of an exo fight as a result.
Well, speaking of exo fight, I got pretty lucky with that final phase. They just kept giving me plasma beam, and I was like, well,
yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Yep.
And why doesn't it go this way in any percent attempts?
Mm-hmm. He's on core. Unfortunately, not going too great for us on Billable side here. Metroid's bullying. R button bullying, but it looks like we're starting the climb here. All right, should be good from here. Loads of missiles for our supers.
Oh, that's right. Vanillable also has the flamethrower from Metroid Quarantine B. Which
Oh
was, that's a
no,
funny
the
Oh.
Metroids!
Oh, this is not a good room. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is not a good room.
Why do these guys have to infinitely respawn?
I'm pretty sure in the base version, isn't this like the only place with fission Metroids as well? Or do they show up in some of the different layers?
There's a different layer. I think they show up in MQB after Omega Pirate, or is that just regular Metroids?
I want to
Ooh,
say
that was a
in
close one.
NTSC this is the only room, but in PAL they're in more places, but I could be completely making that up.
Yeah, I
I've
definitely
seen them
know they
in
show up more in
PPC
PAL.
before, I think, too.
This is the only place in NTSC. See, that's probably right, but my first experience was with the Player's Choice version, and I know there are differences between 00 and 02. And some of those changes from PAL made it into Player's Choice. I don't remember the Fission Metroid was one of them. It could just be faulty memory on my part. I might be thinking of like a Wii version or something like that, or maybe just a straight up PAL version.
I don't know, with the available offering to hop in comms, well,
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's just go ahead and
I guess we can mark him forfeit.
forfeit.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll finish.
yeah.
All right, so that should have set the invite then, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We will lose our epic final boss music, though.
I didn't watch the credits. Did anyone see where thermal and ice spreader were?
No. You scroll by credit too fast, but I'm going to pull up the VOD. I think enough time has passed now where I can peek it. And I will give you the heads up of where those items were.
We are joined by Bonobo. Welcome in, GG's.
Hello, hello.
Or, well,
Jeez.
almost GG's.
It's really close. It's really close.
Yeah.
You got this. Let's go.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right, so playback speed, we're going to make it 0.25%.
Sorry, it's just habit to hold down on the scroll in the
No,
credits.
no, that's fully understandable. No, I get
Mhm.
that. It's like, it's like 80% and 100% habits I was talking about before the finish.
Right, exactly. It's like, give me the time. Give me the time. I need to know.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we are scrolling through the credits. All right, so items that are missing. Let's see here. Grapple beam was in Research Lab Hydra.
Gross.
That's a
Yeah. I hate
funny
that.
spot for. That's a funny spot for that.
Yeah, that's a really dumb.
Was that gravity? Or grapple, grapple. Did we need
Yeah,
grapple
grapple.
for anything?
Magma
don't-
pool, logically.
Uh,
Thermal visor is in
that's
Research
right.
Lab Aether, but we don't know which of the two it's in.
Okay.
Let's see here. What else are we missing? Wave Buster. We are missing
Gravity.
wave. Oh yes, gravity suit as well. Gravity suit is in Ruin Courtyard.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's not bad. And then 2 more charge combos. The Wave Buster is in Workstation. And then the Ice Spreader is in Gravity Chamber. Whichever one of the two that's in.
Okay. So, refresh my memory. Which room is the ruined courtyard? There's too many ruins.
Just before Pirate Labs in Fendrana.
Yes. Yep. The one of the ruins that's not in Chozo. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Which famously or infamously can have either bombs or space jump boots, depending on your item loadout. So
Yes,
something
I
to
think
keep
we
in
had
mind.
we had one of those seeds for the async qualifiers, right? Pretty sure Space Jump was in Ruined Courtyard for async
Yep,
seed
that
3.
Yep, that was Async 3, yep. That was
That was
disgusting.
fun.
Which honestly is a good lesson because almost everyone gets tripped up on that the first time that comes up because it's like, really, that's in logic? You can get there.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, I need to remind myself everything that's in logic.
That's hard. I feel like I get stuff wrong too, but like what dashes and what sandables sometimes, especially like some of the more niche stuff.
I do a lot of my casual play seeds with intermediate difficulties, and that tends to get my wires crossed quite a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, into Essence. Vanilla, I think, is already a minute in, but that's what we're seeing anyways on the screen here.
Yeah.
Only one visor. I'll have to make do during the thermal phases.
Yeah. Can't be that bad though, right? As long as Essence doesn't bully me to no HP.
I've had that happen in a tournament match before.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward spot here. I don't know if this will pool skip.
And when I see it that close, I usually just try and let him move somewhere.
Ooh, yeah, it was a pool skip.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world since it was a thermal phase anyways. Would have been hard to get too much done visorless.
It's not the worst pool skip that could have happened, I think. As long as it doesn't happen again. Which it might actually. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Why are my power bombs not working?
That is if that happened after you morphed in the pool while your hyper beam is unmorphing due to the loss of the pool. I have had that kill a PB on any percent before.
Interesting, okay.
You know, we had that happen. We had one of our runners earlier today whiff on 3 consecutive power bombs during pool phases. I'm wondering if that was why that happened.
It's good to know. I've had that happen to me too, but yeah, I never actually known exactly what causes it.
Yeah, I asked in the Metroid Prime speedrunning Discord, and people smarter and more experienced than me told me it's if you're holding the charge button while the pool disappears and your gun is morphing back and you morph at that time.
I see. Ooh, awful location. Bro. I didn't even know it could go that far on top of the exoskeleton there. Sure if that's is that a missile or a health drop there? Because yeah, our health is a little sketchy. Well, it's just a missile, unfortunately. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is really Oh Nike, she's right on top of me. And she's right on top of me again. Can you go away?
Oh, the Fission Metroid's even? Yeah, we're at that part of the phase.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well,
I think that's a precursor to what's about to happen.
accidentally touched her. It was so close though.
Mm,
Yeah, it can be tough to take no damage out of thermal phase because like that kind of scream attack goes pretty far.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, I see it right on top of you.
It is what it is. I just wanted to get race time to tell me, oh, you got a new PV. Cool.
Mhm.
120.
No, still, yeah. Was on track for a really nice time there.
wow,
Oh,
I
yeah, that was
disagree
so
with that
close.
hitbox.
Yeah.
I fully disagree with that hitbox.
Oh, I love this game. That's why I play it so much.
Well, GG's.
Yeah, GG's. But yeah, I was telling Jay earlier, the riding the seat was honestly very, very similar throughout. A couple very minor differences that mostly iron themselves out. Biggest thing kind of was Jay did do Magma Pool before leaving Chozo for good, which helped a little bit on the cleanup. But yeah, for the most part, just Jay was kind of schmoovin' tonight and made up got a pretty good lead, mostly through execution. But the routing was good on both. Like I think you both routed this really well, and the times show it. It's a good time for a prime seed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I felt like I had routed this pretty well, but definitely, yeah. Need to work on my execution some more, but comes with playing.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah, for sure.
Watching other better players than me move and then try to replicate that. And yeah.
Repetition is king.
Oh,
Mhm.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, the routing here was another bit of a strange one. But I don't know what it was expecting to do, rather than going the bar skip mines, whether it was expecting us to go all the way through Fendrana and then pop out the back, or whether we meant to go workstation way. I'm not sure what the logical expectation was.
Given that the grapple was in Research Lab Hydra, I think you're expected to grab that back out to Qmon, go through Workstation, enter mines that way. I think that's
But
what
you
the-
needed soups, right, for Hydra? And soups are in storage depot?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you needed to
Oh,
mines first and then go out.
Oh, Ruin Courtyard with your gravity suit. You go through...
Through
Wait, no,
Frigate.
that wouldn't work.
Well, I mean, it's
because...
by the time we got Wave, we had enough items that you could just go through back more and have access to both Fen and mines. But then, yeah,
That's
to get the
true.
grapple, I'm pretty sure the dash in main quarry is in logic, so that lets you go through waste disposal, so you don't need grapple to get the supers, and then theoretically go all the way back, get the grapple, and have that for magma pool.
Oh, that's gross.
Was grapple needed to get down to MQB?
in these settings, yes. To cross MQ, Fungal Hall A, B, whichever one has the Ripper.
I think it's A.
Yeah. Yeah, I think grapple is logically required for that in these settings.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, PMT, I think, is grapple locked then. So, yeah, logically needed the grapple for that, too.
So strictly following the logic, the seed is gross, but
Yes.
yeah, the two of you played this one very well. Vanillable. So the setup for Magma Pool, when you went to save at water, next to Watery Hall, was that a moment of panic of like, oh crap, if I don't make this, I gotta do a whole bunch of stuff over again? I'm mainly asking why you use that save in particular, not like something like the ship.
Oh, right, yeah. So I was specifically planning on putting Magma Pool at the end. I thought about doing it earlier when I was in Chozo, but I'm like, ooh, but if I come across grapple, it'll just be faster to pick up grapple along the way to the artifacts and then come back. Well, maybe it's not necessarily faster. But yeah, so I was thinking I would go save at the near Watery Hall save station, come back, try to do the standables, and if I fell on, I'd probably just reset or maybe try the dash, because I've gotten the dash before, but I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm way more confident on the standables, and so it's just, I felt like that was the closest save station to be able to reset and redo Magma Pool if I messed it up, but I was able to get it first try, which, thank you muscle memory. I was so concerned. My heart was pumping. I'm like, if I miss this, I'm gonna lose like 5 minutes.
And Jay, that almost ended up happening to you. You missed the dash first time. Chat said you didn't bend it down far enough, but
Yeah, I kind of went too
don't-
much in angle.
I don't remember the last time you saved previously before that, so I'm not sure how much time you would have lost if you failed that dash again.
I'm pretty sure I did the same Watery Hall, or not whatchamacallit, that room
Yeah.
save.
Yep. that one.
Before I went into Magma Pool. But at that point I was like, look, I've got 6 E-tanks, and so I was fairly confident I could get multiple attempts at it, but
Okay.
you know, better safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
Again, that's a 50-50 dash for me as well. There's some days where I'm on point and get it both ways easily, and then there's some days where it's sploosh.
All right, fair enough. That's the only question I had.
Yeah, nothing else from me. Yeah, GG's again, both of you. Yeah, Leno got the commands in chat. Be sure to give both of our runners a follow. They put on a great show for us tonight. And yeah, it looks like Jay will be back in just a few hours for another match. Morning.
Racing against Bello Kui. Sorry, Bello. I'm always messing up Bello's name. I'm sorry, Bello.
Yeah, that should be a great match as well.
There is actually a restream assigned for that one already. I forget what channel it's on. It's on it's on main. All right, so 7 a.m. Eastern, Jay, you'll be facing off against Bello. 11 a.m. Eastern, we have Java and Nurgle. And 1 p.m. Eastern, we have Nai, TGC. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have JB and Java. So Java's got 2 races tomorrow. Java, you're nuts. You're going to get seat bleed.
They are 4 hours apart, so that should give a little bit of time to rest.
Yep.
But yeah. And I guess, yeah, from Jay's perspective, this is also a 2-race day. So, but yeah, plenty of time to let the seed wear or depart your mind and come at the next one fresh in a handful of hours.
Yeah, I've got to resist the temptation to rewatch the VOD of this one and take notes. I need to clear the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, don't want that seed bleed happening, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Well, best of luck to you. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And Vanilla Bull, good luck to you with your next race. Your next race currently scheduled is next Saturday, the 10th, going up against Bruh at 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't see another one on the chat. Do you have any others you have to schedule besides this one?
Yeah, I got to schedule with the rest of the A group.
Okay.
So I'll be shooting out messages tonight. So if you're an A group,
Okay.
watch out for my messages.
And then, Jay, do you have any more you have to schedule besides the one with Bello you have coming up?
I've got to do my match against Cat Human and Feisty. So I've got to figure out when those are happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and those will both be very exciting matches. Chat, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in about 7.5 hours to bring you the next match. SpklJae right here in chat versus Bello. That's going to be an exciting one. Baha, do you have anything else then?
No, nothing for me. Let's you sign us off.
All right then. Chat, thank you so much for watching. Where are my commands? Okay, this might take a second. Yep. For Baha, I am Leno. We will see you next mission. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.